Sham-e-Naat, 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 Sham-e-Naat,
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. As-salatu wassalamu alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Sayyidi ya Habibullah. As-salatu wassalamu alayka ya Sayyidi ya Nurullah wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Rahmatul Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, the most beneficent, the sustainer and the creator of the entire world and all of its contents. We send our countless peace and blessings upon the best of creation, the best of mankind, none other than the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa barik wa sallim wa salli alayhi. Alhamdulillah, I'm grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for allowing myself, Hassan Raza, another blessed opportunity to bring you another beautiful program from the platform of Ubaid Sound and Studio, the program of Sham-e-Naat, which we have sort of started nearly a year ago now, about a year ago. And basically, if this is your first time tuning in to Sham-e-Naat, then let me give you a brief introduction of what our intention, our maqsad, our purpose of Sham-e-Naat basically is. So obviously, due to lockdown restrictions, mehfils, physical mehfils, going to mehfils, attending them, listening to the praise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has not been possible. So we thought, it's a great idea to bring the mehfil to you guys, wherever you may be, in the car, in your office, at home, wherever you may be in the world. You can tune in live from the platform of Ubaid Sound and Studio and listen to me and also listen to my beautiful guests. Now, my guests consist of beautiful Sunnah Khane Mustafa, who fulfilled the Sunnah of Hassan bin Thabit radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu, whose Sunnah it was to praise the best of creation, best of mankind, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam, in the best of manners using praise poetry. Hassan bin Thabit was given, mashallah, the blessed opportunity as well to sit on the mimbar from Rasulullah, to sit on the mimbar Rasul and also praise Rasulullah. So this is an act which was preferred and liked by Rasulullah. And every single week we bring you guys Naatans from across the UK, mashallah. You guys always see the international Pakistani Naatans come, especially in the month of Rabiul Awwal. So why not support our UK youth, up-and-coming, inspiring Naatans, people who you guys may know, may not know. So Sham-e-Naat is a beautiful platform to introduce them. Now, mashallah, I have a beautiful 4 guests with me today who have been on Sham-e-Naat before, but due to high demand and you guys requesting them on again, mashallah, we've managed to bring them back onto Sham-e-Naat, onto the platform here today. Mashallah, we have Madani group with us today, and first I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Mashallah, if you can all pick up your mics, and starting from the first line, going this way, if you introduce yourself. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Mashallah. For everyone at home, what is your name?
Muhammad Faizan Ashraf.
Mashallah. And next to Faizan?
Hamza Ahsan.
Mashallah. And going to the back line, I don't know if you guys can see very well.
Saqib.
Saqib, mashallah. And the last?
Arif.
Arif, mashallah. So we have 4 beautiful brothers, Faizan, Hamza, Saqib and Arif. All come together and create the Madani group. Inshallah, we will go further into questions with them today. But first and foremost, mashallah, let's hear a beautiful kalam from all of them. So bismillah, whenever you guys are ready.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa barik wa sallim wa salli alayhi. Subhana man dhikruhu izzul lidhakiri فهو الجالس له الله الله سبحان من ذكره عز لذاكره فهو الجالس له الله الله سبحان من ذكره عز لذاكره فهو الجالس له الله الله
إذا اجتمعنا فذكر الله بهجاتنا وأنسنا أينما كنا في ذكراه سبحان من ذكره عز لذاكره فهو الجالس له الله الله سبحان من ذكره عز لذاكره فهو الجالس له الله الله
ما جالس الذكر روضة الجنان فمن يخلد فيها راطعا فالخلد مأواه
سبحان من ذكره عز لذاكره فهو الجالس له الله الله سبحان من ذكره عز لذاكره فهو الجالس له الله الله
نحن العبيد له في ذكره شرف لنا وفخرنا وفخر العبد مولاه
سبحان من ذكره عز لذاكره فهو الجالس له الله الله سبحان من ذكره عز لذاكره فهو الجالس له الله 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 الله
Subhanallah, subhanallah, mashallah, a beautiful Arabic, mashallah, kalam recited by the Madani group, mashallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow you guys to carry on reciting in your melodious and beautiful voices that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed you to have, mashallah, and you guys have chosen to use these beautiful voices to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and praise, mashallah, the best of mankind, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have a comment coming in as well, mashallah. You guys can also request your kalams for the Madani group or likewise for myself. Obviously, as you guys know, I try not to recite as much because the main focus is the guests. So I try and fit in one or two kalams here and there throughout the program just to fulfill your guys' requests. Mashallah, we have people from all over, from Pakistan, mashallah, someone is watching you guys as well. Ruksar Zahir, I'm not too sure if that is a brother or a sister, mashallah, is commenting saying, giving you guys dua, may Allah bless you all and your family with happiness and success in this life and the hereafter. Ameen summa ameen. Sister Zara Mahmood is commenting saying, Assalamu alaikum. I am in that masjid and I've seen them, and mashallah they are really good at Naat. It's Madani Institute, mashallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, sister, with a long and healthy and happy life. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow you to carry on listening to the praises of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the best of manners like you do, mashallah. You guys can also call in live. The live call number is on the bottom of your screen. When the banner at the bottom flips from Sham-e-Naat with Ubaid sound, I'll be able to see the number. It is 07310243394. It's at the bottom of your screen. Feel free to call in. If you would like to request something, you can do so. If you would like to recite something, so bismillah. Let's move on to, mashallah, some questions. Now, the first person closest to me, I'm going to, mashallah, attack you with some questions. We have Fizan Ashraf. So Fizan, by mashallah, how old are you and how long have you been reciting Naats?
First of all, I'd like to thank you and Ubaid Sound Systems for giving us the opportunity to to praise Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'm 18 years old and I've been reciting Naats all my life, alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. And when did you sort of think, this is something which I want to go out in public? Was it like sort of, would you say, inspiration from your father, from your mother, or was it the people that you surrounded yourself with, or was it something inside yourself that led you towards Naat Khani?
I mean, Naat Khani was something that was always in me, but after we'd accumulated a group and we started practicing together in the madrasa, we slowly cut down to us four, and we wanted to obviously
get there and start reciting and
what's it called? What's the word? Trying to, as a group, we're trying to bring love and spread love with the Prophet ﷺ. That's our main aim.
MashaAllah. And moving on, let's not go in order, let's surprise you guys. Let's go to Arif, mashallah, if you'd like to pick up your mic. And now I'm sure you are brothers with Fizan, is it? Is that correct in saying? Mashallah. So how old are you? Are you younger than him?
Yeah, I'm 1 year younger.
You're 1 year younger, mashallah. So you're 17.
Yeah.
Mashallah. So do you think maybe your inspiration, did you start at sort of this similar time period, or was it when you were growing up? Obviously you're only a year younger than him, but did you look up to him when he was reciting Naats and you think,
yeah, that's what it was. Like that? I mainly started with the group, but Fazan, when he was younger, he used to play alone as well. But then as the group came along, that's when I fit as well with him.
MashaAllah. So it's good to know, that these guys are still quite young, not so young compared to me, mashallah, only a few years younger than me, but mashallah, they're doing a very good job as well. We'll move on to the other two, mashallah, further on into, we'll break it up into segments, inshallah. Let's go on to another kalam recited by the Madani group, mashallah, and we have also a lot of people watching and requests. We also have a request for Lam Yati Naziru Kafi Nazarin from, I'm guessing that's Muhammad Ahmed, it's M. Ahmed. We have Naim Faridi also commenting, Salam to all Naat reciters, hosts and presenters from Naim Faridi, Pakistan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, brother. So let's move on to a couple of Naats, another Naat, before we get a lot more requests coming in, inshallah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
जिस समत वो ज़ीशान गया नेमतें बांटता जिस समत वो ज़ीशान गया नेमतें बांटता शान गया
سمت وہ ذیشان گیا
نعمتیں بانٹتا جس سمت وہ ذیشان گیا نعمتیں بانٹتا جس سمت وہ ذیشان گیا ساتھ ہی رحمت کا قلمدان گیا ساتھ ہی منشی رحمت کا قلمدان گیا نعمتیں بانٹتا جس سمت وہ ذیشان گیا
لے خبر جلد کے غیروں کی طرف دھیان گیا
لے خبر جلد کے غیروں کی طرف دھیان گیا جلد کے غیروں کی طرف دھیان گیا میرے مولا میرے آقا تیرے قربان گیا میرے مولا میرے تیرے قربان گیا ساتھ ہی منشی رحمت کا قلمدان گیا
دل ہے وہ دل جو تیری یاد سے معمور رہا
دل ہے وہ دل جو تیری یاد سے معمور رہا دل ہے وہ دل جو تیری یاد سے معمور رہا سر ہے وہ سر جو تیرے قدموں پہ قربان گیا سر ہے وہ سر جو تیرے قدموں پہ قربان گیا ساتھ ہی منشی رحمت کا قلمدان گیا
جانو دل ہوش و خرد سب تو مدینے پہنچے
جانو دل ہوش و خرد سب تو مدینے پہنچے جانو دل ہوش و خرد سب تو مدینے پہنچے تم نہیں چلتے رضا سارا تو سامان گیا تم نہیں چلتے رضا سارا تو سامان گیا نعمتیں بانٹتا جس سمت وہ ذیشان گیا
subhanallah, mashallah, a beautiful kalam that was recited and written by Sayyidi Ala Hazrat, mashallah, a beautiful, beautiful kalam in a new andaz, a new tarz which I haven't heard before, recited by the Madani group. Mashallah, we have a lot of requests still coming in. Please pray Ya Muhammad Madine Bula Lijiye, mashallah. And a lot of people saying down to earth brothers doing real Naat Khani, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them immensely, ameen summa ameen. Mashallah, it's very good to see that, you know, the simplicity that you guys come with as well. You know, there's no sort of anything dazzling, anything shining on you guys. You know, you're truly doing Naat Khani, you know, for Rasulullah and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's go into a kalam that I will recite inshallah ta'ala, a request of a hamd that I haven't recited in a long time. Mashallah, Fazan Bhai, I'm going to take your mic off you, mashallah. And inshallah, I would like everyone to join in wherever you are. If you are at home, in an office, in your car, traveling, wherever it may be, join in and gain the barakah and the blessings of you know, reciting this beautiful hamd, inshallah. Sallallahu alayka ya Rasulallah wa sallam alayka ya Habiballah. ربنا يا ربنا 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 يا الہی ہر جگہ تیری عطا کا ساتھ ہو یا الہی ہر جگہ تیری عطا کا ساتھ ہو جب ترے مشکل شہ مشکل کشا کا ساتھ ہو ربنا یا ربنا یا ربنا یا ربنا ربنا یا ربنا ربنا یا ربنا ربنا یا ربنا یا الہی بھول جاؤ نظر کی تکلیف کو یا الہی بھول جاؤ نظر کی تکلیف کو شادی دیدار حسن مصطفیٰ کا ساتھ ہو ربنا یا ربنا ربنا یا ربنا ربنا یا ربنا ربنا یا 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 ربنا ربنا یا ربنا یا ربنا یا ربنا ربنا یا ربنا یا الہی نام اعمال جب کھلنے لگے یا الہی نام اعمال جب کھلنے لگے عیب پوش خلق ستارے خطا کا ساتھ ہو ربنا یا ربنا 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 یا الہی جب رضا بے ہیرا سے سر اٹھائے یا الہی جب رضا بے ہیرا سے سر اٹھائے دولت بیدار عشق مصطفیٰ کا ساتھ ہو ربنا یا ربنا ربنا یا ربنا ربنا یا ربنا ربنا ya Rabbana Rabbana 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 ya Rabbana. Fulfilling that request for you guys, mashallah. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's go on to some further questions, inshallah. Starting off with Saqib, mashallah. See, mashallah, you're sat at the back, but inshallah today he'll be in the spotlight. Let's go on to some questions. Same question that I'm going to ask Fizan and mashallah Arif. That when did you start reciting? How old are you first of all, and when did you start reciting?
So I'm 17 and I started reciting same time as Arif when I joined the group.
Mashallah. How long ago was that?
It's about 7 years ago.
So you've been reciting for about 7 years, mashallah, and you started when you were about 10 years old. Yeah. Mashallah. So what is it that you think sort of drove you towards the Madani group, that you wanted to join, or what sort of things have you enjoyed being part of a group like this?
It's just I prefer to pray in a group.
Mashallah.
The start, I didn't know that we were going to go this far.
GG.
As we just progressed on, just continued praying, enjoyed it.
Mashallah, mashallah. If I could also request you put your mic closer to your to your mouth as well, mashallah. Let's move on to the next brother Hamza, mashallah. And same question to you as well. How old are you, and when did you start reciting? Is it the same time as everyone else within the group?
I'm 17, and yeah, I think I started reciting at the same time as everyone else.
So it's been around 7 years for you as well, mashallah. And what sort of things do you think Madani group has helped you with in regards not only to Naat Khwani, but also in the worldly life? Do you think it's built sort of your confidence reciting Naats? Has it been easier to talk to people? Like, sort of what skills do you think, other than Naat Khwani and vocal skills, what other skills do you think you have picked up whilst being part of a group like this?
I think I've become more confident like, as times moved on, but I think the most important bit is it's made me become closer to my religion and stuff,
100%.
Other than namaz and everything, but still if I wasn't here I would have been probably doing worldly stuff, playing on my PlayStation or something like that, so it's helped.
Mashallah, no, 100%. It's good that you also said about it brings you closer to Deen, because with a heavy heart I have to say that a lot of Naat Khans nowadays, people read a lot of Naats, but how close are they to religion? They don't even do their fard acts, but they are here doing sunnah of the Sahaba Ikram radhiyallahu anhu. Mashallah. So moving on, let's go on to another kalam. We also have a couple more requests. If time permits, please request Aastan hai ye kis sheher zishan ka. We also have please request Tujh sa kahen kisko bala ye Mustafa koi nahi, mashallah. And also alright, that's the same request, mashallah, that they've copied and pasted and commented again, mashallah, trying to confuse myself as well. I can't see very well, I have to wear glasses, but that's why I have to keep moving close to the screen. So inshallah, you have a list of requests and you have a book with you guys as well. So whatever you would like to recite, Bismillah.
This is a Naat we learned only last week by adding different couplets on Mirajun Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So I would like to recite this, please. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
का मर्तबा क्या है जबीन हजरत जिब्रील पर پر کفے پا ہے ابتدا کا عالم تو انتہا کیا ہے خدا کا نور تجھ میں ہو بہو ہے خدا پنہاں مگر تو روبرو ہے تیری عظمت کا اندازہ ہو کس کو خدا ہے اور خدا کے بعد تو ہے جوہری میں خاص میں نور تھا جوہری میں خاص میں نور تھا جوہری میں خاص میں نور تھا وہ بہت بلند مقام ہے جوہری میں خاص میں نور تھا وہ بہت بلند مقام ہے جوہری میں خاص میں نور تھا کا نور نور تھا جوہری میں خاص کا نور نور تھا جوہری میں خاص کا نور نور تھا جوہری میں نور خدا ہے نور خدا ہے نور نبی ہے نور ہے دین اور نور کتاب ہم ایسے روشن قسمت کیوں تاریکی کی بات کریں ان کا نور نور تھا جوہری میں خواہ ان کا نور نور تھا وہ نور او ادنا میں چھپ گئے پھر کیا ہوا ہوا جو ہوا کچھ نہ پوچھئے ان کا نور نور تھا جوہری میں خواہ ان کا نور نور تھا جوہری میں خاص میں نور تھا وہ بہت بلند مقام ہے وہ جوہری میں خاص میں نور تھا جوہری میں خاص میں نور تھا وہ بہت بلند مقام ہے وہ بہت بلند مقام ہے جوہری میں خاص میں نور تھا یہ اسی کا سارا نظام ہے وہی نور احمد مجتبی وہی نور احمد مجتبی وہی انبیاء کا امام ہے وہی نور احمد مجتبی وہی انبیاء کا امام ہے نور احمد احمد مجتبی وہی نور احمد احمد مجتبی وہی نور احمد احمد مجتبی وہی نور نام نبیوں کے بے شک بڑے ہیں نام نبیوں کے بے شک بڑے ہیں، نام نبیوں کے بے شک بڑے ہیں، عظمتوں کے نگینے جڑے ہیں، عظمتوں کے نگینے جڑے ہیں، عظمتوں کے نگینے جڑے ہیں، مقتدی بن کے پیچھے کھڑے ہیں، وہ جو پہلے سے آئے ہوئے ہیں، احمد مجتبیٰ وہی نور احمد، احمد مجتبیٰ وہی نور احمد مجتبیٰ، وہی انبیاء کا امام ہے، نہ مثال ان کی جہان میں، نہ مثال ان کی جہان میں، نہ مثال ان کی جہان میں، نہ جواب عظمت و شان میں، نہ جواب عظمت و شان میں، فرش پر ہے وہ جلوہ گر، کبھی فرش پر ہے وہ جلوہ گر، کبھی عرش حق پر قیام ہے، کبھی عرش پر ہے وہ جلوہ گر، کبھی عرش حق پر قیام ہے، چاہے تو ہر شب ہو مثال شب اسرار، تیرے لیے تو 4 قدم عرش بری ہے، احمد مجتبیٰ کبھی فرش پر ہے وہ جلوہ گر، کبھی عرش حق پر قیام ہے، بنا آسمان منزل ابن مریم، گئے لام کا تاجدار مدینہ، احمد مجتبیٰ کبھی فرش پر ہے وہ جلوہ گر، کبھی عرش حق پر قیام ہے، ہوئے آپ محو خرام جب، ہوئے آپ محو خرام جب، چھڑی قدسیوں میں یہ گفتگو، چھڑی قدسیوں میں یہ گفتگو، یہ کون ایسا حسین جو، یہ کون ایسا حسین جو سر عرش محو خرام ہے، یہ کون ایسا حسین جو سر عرش محو خرام ہے، مجھ سے مت پوچھ معراج کا واقعہ، مجھ سے مت پوچھ معراج کا واقعہ، ہے مشیت کے رازوں کا ایک سلسلہ، ہے مشیت کے رازوں کا ایک سلسلہ، دل کو ان کی رسائی پہ ایمان بھی، دل کو ان کی رسائی پہ ایمان بھی، عقل ایسی رسائی پہ حیران بھی، عقل ایسی رسائی پہ حیران بھی، یہی کون ایسا حسین جو سر عرش محو خرام ہے، وہ حد کن फका से गुजर गए, हद कुन फका से गुजर गए, हद कुन फका से गुजर गए, हद लामका से गुजर गए, हद लामका से गुजर गए, हद लामका से गुजर गए। तेरी जुस्तजू में खबर नहीं मैं कहाँ कहाँ से गुजर गया, अहमद मुश्तबा यही कौन ऐसा हसीन जो सर अर्श महवे खिराम है, यही कौन ऐसा हसीन जो सर अर्श महवे खिराम है। वही लामका के मकी हुए, वही लामका के मकी हुए, सर अर्श तख्ते नशी हुए, सर अर्श तख्ते नशी हुए। वो नबी है जिसके है ये मका, वो खुदा है जिसका मकान नहीं, अहमद मुश्तबा यही कौन ऐसा हसीन जो सर अर्श महवे खिराम है। वो तूफाना फिल हक हुआ फिर क्या हुआ मैं क्या कहूँ, तूफाना फिल हक हुआ फिर क्या हुआ मैं क्या कहूँ। कतरा दरिया में गया दरिया नजर आने लगा, मौलाया सल्ली व सल्लिम दाइमन अबदन अला हबीबिका खैरुल खल्क़ि कुल्लिहिम अला हबीबिका खैरुल खल्क़ि कुल्लिहिम।
Subhanallah, mashallah, mashallah. Beautiful, mashallah, selection of kalams recited by the Madani group. Let's go into some questions with Brother Faizan. And the question I want to ask you is, mashallah, you know, you're a youngster. There's a lot of people watching right now that, you know, are aspiring to become Sunnah Khan Mustafa. And even if they're not, they're obviously striving to become better people. Now, as a youngster, as, you know, a teenager, you know how hard it is living in this country, in this day and age, and in this society, staying upon the Siratul Mustaqim, the path of the righteous and the guided ones, and it's very easy to go astray. So what sort of advice would you give to any youngsters watching to stay away from the bad, or something which, you know, you might have, because we all go, living in this country, we all go through something, some difficulties, you know, staying upon the right path, it's very hard, especially in this country when so much haram is around us. So what sort of advice would you give if you've experienced it personally and you know how to overcome it? What advice would you give them?
The only advice I would give is to try to keep your intentions pure, intentions clean, because once you do that, you know that you have that sincerity to try to change, and that will be your drive to change as a person. But I can't really give an advice because I'm just as bad as everyone else. But if it was, if I were to give an advice, it'd be to stay true to yourself and keep your intentions pure, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows all intention.
Sheikh, mashallah, beautiful answer from you. And you know, every single Sham-e-Naat program, we end up, me and the guest, having this discussion about keeping your intentions pure and clean. And especially when you're reciting Naats, you should 100% have your intentions you know, looked after. And you should, I think, mashallah, it's great that you have, mashallah, 2 seniors that have come with you today as well, and they are keeping on top of you guys, make sure you're doing everything by the book, and you know, doing everything correctly, mashallah. It's great to see that. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not only allow you guys to carry on this path, but allow your elders, mashallah, your parents, your ustads, mashallah, whoever is around you, whoever you're sitting with, whatever your sohbah is, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep them happy and give them a long and healthy life as well, inshallah ta'ala. MashaAllah, let's go on to, I'm going to have to pull up my list because, MashaAllah, I keep forgetting your guys' names. MashaAllah, it's a very beautiful group. We all know you as Madani group, so it's very hard to remember your individual names. Let's go on to Arif, MashaAllah, and let's ask you, what advice would you give someone who is trying to recite Naats in terms of vocal training? What would you advise them to do, how to better their voice? Obviously, MashaAllah, Fazan already said your intentions. That is the main thing about Naat Khani, keeping your intentions pure. It doesn't matter about the voice. But a melodious voice is another thing that is added to a Naat and another reason why people enjoy it. So what advice, what things do you do personally that you would advise other people to do?
Personally, I think you should keep on listening to people reciting, because if you keep on listening to different ways, you can practice yourself going high and low if that's what you need to do. And you have to also eat like certain foods, watch what you eat as well. You can't eat too much greasy foods because it's not good for your voice, so you have to watch what you eat as well.
MashaAllah, what you said about the eating, I have a lot of discussions with Naatans who come on and even in methods, and I always say to them, when there's langar, I say a certain thing I can't eat, and they'll be like, oh no, nothing will happen. But I think everyone is individual to their thing. Like you say greasy foods, for you, for me, like it'll be cold foods. I can't eat ice cream or anything, milkshakes, it proper messes up my sinuses. MashaAllah, we have also Siraj Iqbal from Bradford, a beautiful Sunnah Khani Mustafa who has commented. He was here last week as well. He goes, MashaAllah, salam to all Mubashir, the king backstage, no doubt, and the beautiful host Hassan. Great glance by the honourable guests, and keep it up, being sincere. MashaAllah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow you, Siraj Bhai, to keep on the path of the Sirat al-Mustaqim, keep reciting with your, MashaAllah, beautiful intentions and sincerity. We have Adib Ali Sarfraz, who was on last week, MashaAllah, beautiful. And we have the one and only Hashmat Khan commenting as well. MashaAllah, doing well as always, my beloved bro. Stay blessed and keep up the good work. Salam to the Madani group from Hashmat Khan Naqshbandi. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and your family, and I hope you're doing well in this coronavirus, in this pandemic, MashaAllah. And talking about the pandemic, let's go on to Hamza and ask you about, obviously, as well as Naat Khani, you obviously have your own personal life. So do you go school, college? What do you do outside of Naat Khani? And how, let me add, how has coronavirus, the pandemic, impacted your life?
If I go college 2 times a week,
MashaAllah.
And other than that, I don't go out the house because I moved to another city, so like I don't really know anyone there, so I can't go out or do anything. But like COVID altogether, like I wouldn't say it's like, obviously it has impacted me like quite a lot, because like it's impacted all of us, because we would have been able to like practice a lot, like, but I can't go out now because number one, I don't know anyone where I live, and number two, like it's corona and stuff, so like yeah.
MashaAllah. So alongside Naat Khani, you also go to college. I'm pretty sure, MashaAllah, I've heard that you are doing hifz. Is that all of you, or is it only some of you?
No, all of us.
All of you, MashaAllah. So Hamza, what is your situation with hifz at the moment? How long until you complete? Have you completed? How long until you complete, if not?
I think I've got about 5 siparas left, so it'll take about, I don't know, like I've got to move back to Preston first, about 5 months.
MashaAllah. So it's still, that's 5 sipara in 5 months, that's a sipara a month, MashaAllah. That is very, very quick. And it's good to know as well that not only are you focusing on Naats, like I keep stressing, but it's a lot of other things that you do behind the scenes. So how long have you been doing hifz from when you started up until now?
I think about 6 years. I know it's a long time, but we've had teachers, like I think we've had to change about 10 different teachers, so it's like really hard, like. But the teacher that we used to have, that we have right now, he made us start all over again. So it was like, if we didn't do that, we would have finished early. But yeah, it's been about 7 years.
MashaAllah, you know, there's no time limit on how long you know, to complete hifz. MashaAllah, you know, you've still, even though 6 years, 7 years may be a long time to other people, maybe to yourself, people might, I know obviously people complete in a very, very quicker time, but the thing is, the main thing is that you've kept upon it. You've not let this sort of bring you down and lead you like thinking, oh, I don't want to complete, it's taken too long, too much effort, this and that. So mashallah, it's very good that you've kept on doing your hifz, and I do dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows you to complete your hifz, and inshallah one day we'll invite you back on where all 4 of you mashallah are hafiz al-Quran, and mashallah then instead of calling you by your names, I can also add Hafiz Sab in front of it, mashallah. And another thing which I've heard about, another thing let's add on about hifz, the parents of a hafiz on the day of judgment, mashallah, they will, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put a crown on their heads, a crown of nur, taj. And if that is the maqam of the parents, imagine the maqam of a hafiz. So I urge every single one of you, I know obviously it's very time consuming as well, and it may be hard for some of you guys to memorize, but do learn. If it's not hifz, if it's not the Quran, try and learn a few ahadith a day, a few, you know, read the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, read upon the personality of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upon his life, upon the Sahaba Kiram, just to widen your knowledge upon, you know, what Islam is all about. Because Islam to us is praying namaz and that's it. But there's so much more to Islam, and there's so many things that beautify Islam which we are unaware of. So pick up the Quran, the translation, the transliteration, and you know, read the hadith out there available to you by the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jamaat, and read them, and inshallah ta'ala you will widen your knowledge. Mashallah, we have also we had another request, Zameen Mali Nahi Hoti by Sister Sumaya Patel. So mashallah, that's another request added to your guys' list. I'm hoping one of you guys is writing these requests down, because I've certainly lost count and track of which kalams people have requested. Let's go on to another kalam recited by you guys inshallah, and then we'll go on from there.
Well, we've actually had a request for Lajpal Nabi Mere.
Inshallah.
So inshallah, Bismillah. Lajpal, 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 mere kamli wale Lajpal, mere kamli wale Lajpal, Nabi mere Lajpal, Nabi mere dardadi dava dena Lajpal, Nabi mere dardadi dava dena Lajpal, Nabi mere dardadi dava dena. Ye Lajpal, Nabi mere dardadi dava dena Lajpal, Nabi mere dardadi dava dena Lajpal, Nabi
आहे मेरे कमली वाले
Lajpal, Nabi
आहे मेरे
कमली वाले Lajpal, Nabi
आहे मेरे
कमली वाले Lajpal, Nabi mere dardadi dava dena jado waqt nizabe jado waqt nizabe daman de
پڑھنا میں ذکر تیرا کرنا میں نعت تیری پڑھنا میں ذکر تیرا کرنا میں نعت تیری پڑھنا میں ذکر تیرا کرنا اس ذکر دی برکت نال اس ذکر دی برکت نال میری قبر وسا دینا اس ذکر دی برکت نال میری قبر وسا دینا سرکار دی محفل وچ جھولیاں وچا بیٹھے سرکار دی محفل وچ جھولیاں وچا بیٹھے سرکار دی محفل وچ جھولیاں وچا بیٹھے لج رکھ لے لج پالا لج رکھ لے لج پالا خالی نہ اٹھا دینا لج رکھ لے لج پالا خالی نہ اٹھا دینا او لج رکھ لے اج میری لج پالا لج رکھ لے اج میری لج پالا لج رکھ لے اج میری لج پالا لج میں تو نادان تھا دانشتہ بھی کیا کیا نہ کیا لاج رکھ لی میرے لجپال نے رسوا نہ کیا تو اج میری لجپالا لج رکھ لے تو اج میری لجپالا لج رکھ لے تو اج میری لجپالا لج رکھ لے لجپالا خالی نہ اٹھا دینا لجپال نبی میرے درداں دی دوا دینا
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. MashaAllah, all the kalams that you have chosen and are reciting, MashaAllah, have a very Qawwali feel to it. So let's go to Brother Saqib, MashaAllah. Drink your water first, MashaAllah. And the question I want to ask to you is kalam choice. Who sort of chooses your kalams? Is it a collective decision? Or does one of the elders sort of say to you, know, I've heard this kalam, I think you guys, will recite this very good? Because like I said, it's a very Qawwali feel to your kalams. So where does the inspiration come from?
Yeah, so it's our teacher who chooses it.
Mic close to your mouth, please.
Chooses the kalam for us, and then try to practice it. Try to recite the qawadis, but without any musical instruments.
MashaAllah. And in terms of releases, Fazan, is there anything, have you ever released anything, like a proper official release, like a video and professionally recorded audio, or is it something which you are looking into or something you're interested in?
At the moment, we haven't actually thought of that, especially because of lockdown as well. We haven't actually got the time to get together, meet up, practice. The only time we do practice is about 2 hours before the mahfil. So, we don't have the time, but for the releases part, once lockdown's over, inshallah, if Allah wills, and our group expands, then maybe if it's in our destiny, it's something that we'll look into, inshallah.
I think a lot of people would want a release like that because they can listen to it when they're traveling. And even what I sort of say to people when they ask me why do I, because there's a lot of people who as you know, make comments asking, why, if your intentions are pure, why are you releasing things like this? And my simple answer to them is, one day everyone's going to die. And say, for example, tomorrow I pass away and I have releases there and people listen to it, and even if it transforms someone's life, changes their life in a bit, then I'm going to get that sawab in the qabr. And that is, good for my akhirah and good for my for the day of judgment, because I may not have done a lot of things in this world, whilst I'm alive, but if I could change someone's life even when I'm dead and when I'm in the grave, mashallah, then that is something which is very, very great and a good thing to do, mashallah. So in terms of mashallah, ustads and learning, is there anyone that has taught you, or are you self-taught, all of you?
Well, like I said, I've started all my life, so I've just been listening to kalams, picking it up, trying to make it my own style. So in those aspects and terms, it'd be whoever I'd listen to. The kalam, for example, anyone who reads the kalam, for example, Lajpal Nabi Mere, for that kalam we'd listen to, say, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, because his andaz is just powerful for us. So we try to recite the best we can. Our ustad for that particular kalam would be Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, but we haven't actually got an ustad to teach us. However, we do practice, and that's thanks to my dad as well.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Your parents, your mothers and your fathers are the reason you are who you are today. And you guys are still teenagers, and as people say, I'm only 21, but this past 1 or 2 years of my life, I've really realized that whatever your parents say to you, and they just want the best for you. At your age, other youngsters that are watching, people answer their parents back, they may not listen to them, or you're backward minded, you're old fashioned, you're not from this generation, we know better, this sort of thing. But when you grow up, you start to realize that, their soch, their thoughts, the way they think about things, the way that they say things with, and the knowledge, the wisdom that they have, it obviously comes from past experiences. So mashallah, it's good that you mentioned your father. Someone else had just commented, Asif Bhai is their teacher, mashallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow you to carry on, inspiring the Madani group, mashallah, as well. Without you, mashallah, he's backstage right now, which is why I keep looking to my right. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow you to carry on inspiring them, teaching them the kalams, and allowing them, showing them the path of the Siratul Mustaqim. Someone has to have an elder, and mashallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen you to do this work through you, mashallah. So hats off to you. Let's go on to a kalam recited by myself that Mubashir Bhai has requested me to do. Mashallah, it's the first time Mubashir Bhai has requested me to recite kalam, mashallah. And it's a kalam that I've not recited in a long time, but I was reciting it when we were doing the sound check, mashallah. So if everyone could join in with me, it's a Sada Bahar Naat, a Naat that has been around for many centuries, and in the future will be here for many centuries, inshallah.
لما يعطي نذيرك في نذرنا لما يعطي نذيرك في نذرنا لسليتنا شد پیدا جانا جگرا جگو تاج تو رے سرسو جگرا جگو تاج تو رے سرسو تو جگ کو شہیدوں سر راجا یا رسول اللہ یا حبیب اللہ یا رسول اللہ یا حبیب اللہ یا رسول اللہ
Jazakallah for the mic, Fizan Bhai, mashallah. Without further ado, let's go on to another kalam recited by you guys. It'll be inshallah the last. We'll have two more kalams inshallah, so after this we'll have another one inshallah, and then we'll come to an end inshallah ta'ala.
This is another request. Har saans se aati hai sadaye Madina. Bismillah. Madina, 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 har saas se aate hai sadaye Madina, har saas se aati hai sadaye Madina, 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 hai itni shadid ab to, hai itni shadid ab to, hai itni shadid ab to, tamanna Madina, shadi
مدینہ 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 اس نے بھی مدینہ دیکھ لیا اس نے بھی مدینہ دیکھ لیا اس نے بھی مدینہ اس نے بھی مدینہ دیکھ لیا سب نے ہی مدینہ دیکھ لیا وہ دن بھی تو آئے میں بھی کہوں میں نے بھی مدینہ دیکھ لیا ہر سانس سے آتی ہے صدا مدینہ ہر سانس سے آتی ہے صدا مدینہ 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 اے باد صبا پیغام مراجی اے باد صبا پیغام مراد اے باد صبا پیغام مراد سلطان مدینہ کو دیجو ہر سانس سے آتی ہے صدا مدینہ ہر سانس سے آتی ہے صدا مدینہ 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 آقا میرے آقا مجھے طیبہ میں بلا لو آقا میرے آقا مجھے طیبہ میں بلا لو آقا میرے آقا مجھے طیبہ میں بلا لو سونے نہیں دیتی ہے سونے نہیں دیتی ہے تمنا مدینہ سونے نہیں دیتی ہے سونے نہیں دیتی ہے تمنا مدینہ ہر سانس سے آتی ہے صدا مدینہ ہر سانس سے آتی ہے صدا مدینہ 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 مدینہ
Subhanallah, mashallah. Let's go on to one more question, inshallah, and then after that, I would like to request you guys if you could recite any manqabat at the end, inshallah ta'ala, and then we'll come to a close, mashallah. Let's go to brother. Who should we go to now? Mashallah. Let's go to brother Arif, mashallah. Just because I couldn't see you, I could see the rest of the three, I thought, you know what, you can't see. So, mashallah. Let's ask you a question about, you know, what is it that you would like, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? I'm talking in terms of Naat Khani as in the Madani group, and also personally as well. What would you like to do in your personal life as well, mashallah?
Inshallah, if Allah wills, then we'll still be reciting as a group. And with me personally, inshallah, if I go to university after college, then get a job, inshallah. I don't really know what, to be honest.
MashaAllah. Do you want to go to university? And if you do, then what would you like to study? What sort of profession would you want to go into? Because MashaAllah, you said you're 17.
Yeah.
MashaAllah, it's time to get serious about, MashaAllah, picking what you want to do for the future.
I don't know what specifically, but I'm into maths. I like maths, so maybe something to do with maths in university.
MashaAllah, I could never do anything mathematical, MashaAllah, but I do Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows you to, carry on, and whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written for you will happen. Just be sure to all of you, try your hardest in whatever you do, and to any of the youth watching as well, look up to Madani group and see what they are doing. And mashallah, they are still in education like you guys. They are doing hifz as well. They're reciting naats, the praise of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they are doing it in the best of manners with proper sincerity, and the intentions are pure and clean. And this is how you should recite naats. If anyone is looking to do naats, there's a lot of youth out there. For example, there's a lot of youth now that we see arising in the UK, reciting naats from every single corner of the UK. We see, at least 2-3 kids that are reciting naats, and it's a very good thing. Only if the intentions are pure, because a lot of people, like you would have noticed yourself, mashallah, a lot of the public look at you quite a lot. You get word goes around about you guys, and sometimes it can get to you. So make sure your intentions are pure first and foremost, and then mashallah, then go on to reciting kalams. Kul Kamal is also giving dua. May Almighty Allah, the hosting Ubaid Sounds, a Madani Naat group, a Madani Institute, and all involved bring us. I think mashallah, he's trying to do dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to carry on doing this sort of stuff. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. Let's go on to the last kalam of the program of Sham-e-Naat, of a mankabat inshallah ta'ala, which you guys will recite for us.
We got a request of Asta hai ye kis shah hai zishan ka.
Ji, mashallah.
Inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. اللهم صل على سيدنا وحبيبنا وشفيعنا وشفيع سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم अल्लाह रे क्या बार गए गौस जली है, गर्दन को झुकाए हुए एक एक वली है। हर काम पे सजदे की तमन्ना है जबी को, ये किसका दरनाज है, ये किसकी गली है, आस्था है ये, आस्था है ये किस शाह ज़ीशान का, मरहबा मरहबा आस्था है ये किस शाह ज़ीशान का, मरहबा मरहबा आस्था है ये किस शाह ज़ीशान, ये मरहबा मरहबा आस्था है ये किस शाह ज़ीशान का, मरहबा मरहबा आस्था है ये किसका आस्था है, ये किसका आस्था है, ये किसका आस्था
ملائک سر جھکاتے ہیں ولی آنکھیں بچاتے ہیں دیکھو آستان ہے یہ کس کا آستان ہے یہ کس شاہ ذیشان کا مرحبا مرحبا بار گئے حضرت غوث ثقلین نقد قمر حیدر و نسل حسنین مادر حسینی نسبست و پیدر او زالات حسنیان قریب الابوان آستان ہے یہ کس شاہ ذیشان کا مرحبا مرحبا قلب ہے بد سے لرزاں ہے انسان کا مرحبا مرحبا قلب ہے بد سے لرزاں ہے انسان کا مرحبا مرحبا سر بزم پر کس کے فیضان کا مرحبا مرحبا ہے سر بزم پر کس کے فیضان کا مرحبا مرحبا ہے سر بزم پر کس کے فیضان کا مرحبا مرحبا گھر بساز میری چشم ویران کا مرحبا مرحبا گھر بساز میری چشم ویران کا مرحبا مرحبا گھر بساز میری چشم ویران کا مرحبا مرحبا چاند نکلا حسن کے شبستان کا مرحبا مرحبا چاند نکلا حسن کے شبستان کا مرحبا مرحبا سکی زینت امامہ ہے عرفان کا مرحبا مرحبا سر کی زینت امامہ ہے عرفان کا مرحبا مرحبا وطن پر محمد کے احسان کا مرحبا مرحبا جو وطن پر محمد کے احسان کا مرحبا مرحبا رنگ آنکھوں میں زہرا کے فیضان کا مرحبا مرحبا رنگ آنکھوں میں زہرا کے فیضان کا رنگ آنکھوں میں زہرا کے فیضان کا رنگ آنکھوں میں زہرا کے فیضان کا مرحبا مرحبا روپ چہرے پہ آیات قرآن کا مرحبا مرحبا روپ چہرے پہ آیات قرآن کا روپ چہرے پہ آیات قرآن کا مرحبا مرحبا سج کے بیٹھا ہے نوشاہ جیلان کا مرحبا مرحبا سج کے بیٹھا ہے نوشاہ جیلان کا مرحبا مرحبا گلشن مصطفیٰ کی پھبن اور ہے یہ چمن اور ہے گلشن مصطفیٰ کی پھبن اور ہے یہ چمن اور ہے شاہ ابرار کی انجمن اور ہے یہ چمن اور ہے شاہ ابرار کی انجمن اور ہے یہ چمن اور ہے گلدستائے پنجتن اور ہے یہ چمن اور ہے روح گلدستائے پنجتن اور ہے یہ چمن اور ہے روح گلدستائے پنجتن اور ہے یہ چمن اور ہے شان آل حسین و حسن اور ہے یہ چمن اور ہے شان آل حسین و حسن اور ہے شان آل حسین و حسن اور ہے یہ چمن اور ہے سرمدی رنگ ہے سرمدی رنگ ہے اس گلستان کا مرحبا مرحبا سرمدی رنگ ہے اس گلستان کا مرحبا مرحبا آستہ ہے یہ کس شاہ ذیشان کا مرحبا مرحبا
MashaAllah, it's been a beautiful program. I want to firstly thank Madani Group for joining me here today, taking time out of the valuable schedule, MashaAllah, and for Asif Bhai for bringing them down here, MashaAllah, as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow you to carry on praising Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the best of andaz, with your melodious, beautiful voices that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. Jazakallah to everyone who has tuned in today as well to Sham-e-Naat and has been watching this throughout. It's been your host Hassan Riza from the platform Ubaid Sound and Studio, and inshallah ta'ala I will see you guys on the Reba.